Oh, fuck end went. I wasn't even giving it any pillock. I'll turn that wiper off. Cannot turn them off. This is the most ridiculous car I have brokered to date. It is an American car, if you didn't already know that. It is a Chevelle SS, and it's a genuine one, and I thought you might like to see it because it's a little bit different and a little bit punchy. Now, I'll talk you through it. You're either into your American cars or you're not. I didn't used to be, and the older I'm getting, the more excited I get by it. Cubic capacity on this, 500, which means, in Britain, 8.2 litres of V8 loveliness. And it's a bit of a weapon. So basically, it's a mate's car, a guy called Lloyd, wants to get out of it. So Lloyd's a really good guy. He knows his cars, say the least. He's got an incredible collection. I'll probably get him on the channel at some point. And he also owns, or is one of the directors of Dateless Registrations. I'll put a link for that in the comments. Surprisingly enough, doesn't have a private plate on this, and he's got some pretty exciting ones. However, let's just take a walk around and take in this incredible slab of yank. It's ridiculous. So, what's rare about this? It's in Fathom Blue, which is apparently the colour to have. It is a genuine SS, which stands for Super Sport, which are incredibly rare. It's a 1970 car, which is like the holy grail and the one to have. And it has got painted stripes on. That's not a sticker, that's painted on. I just think that's really cool and well thought out. I have driven it to get here, and it was so sketchy. We pulled up at a golf club to do some filming, and I accidentally did a burnout. Genuinely accident. Well, the first one was an accident. The second one was like, I thought, look at this. So, it's just cool, isn't it? Look at the size of the bloody thing, though. Absolutely massive. So have a little look in the boot. If I can open it. I've not had a play with this yet. Is that a different key for the boot? Here we go. Does it open? Ooh. I love the American. That is a proper boot, isn't it? Proper size spare wheel. Now, I've had a good look around this car. It does smell a bit of fuel because it has been sat doing not a lot, so it needs a good run. Lloyd has told me that I can, under no uncertain terms, do a massive burnout if I want to do. And I might try and do one later on in the video, but I might be a bit too scared. My missus would love this because she's got weird taste in cars. I think it's pretty good looking. I don't know what your thoughts are. Is this awful or is this a nice car? Now, the problem in the UK is trying to sell this sort of stuff, and this is where Lloyd is probably not going to have an issue because he's probably one of the best salespeople that I know. However, he knows that the market's going to be really limited. I know a guy for this car, so I am brokering the deal. I am not going to part with any money. Maybe. I might buy it. Ooh, R32. 3 litre. 8.2. Have a look inside. Rather nice. Look at the size of this. There's something about the way the Americans do stuff. Basically, my sofa at home is less comfortable than the front of this car. Ergonomically, it's taken me a little while to get used to it because you've got a pedal all the way over there, which is your handbrake, which is very old-fashioned. I know a lot of Mercs were doing that, even in the earlier years. Then the stereo system I can't seem to get to work because I'm dying to dial it into a bit of Yankee Doodle, but it's not working. So apparently this is an original manual car as well. And then when you put it in reverse, look what happens to the rev counter. Now, I think that's to tell you it's in reverse, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, mileage or kilometres, as I suspect it is, 83,000. We'll do a quick vehicle score on it anyway, even though I'm sure the person that I'm about to broker this car into will do his checks. But what a cool place to be. Look at all the legroom. What do these do? That might be the choke. I might be just about to flood the car there, so I won't muck about with that. Even like the way that you turn it on. So you look where your key goes in here, then you turn the entire thing. Room in the back, you'd expect quite a bit more considering how humongous this thing is, but there's enough there to put a couple of adults, I'm sure. Fuel economy, if you get double digits out of this car, you've done well. You're probably going to get single. I suspect nearer 6 to 8 miles to the gallon. But does that matter? Now, the car obviously is an import. It came from America. Lloyd bought it from a UK owner, so it'd already been imported into the country. And he's basically got to a point with his collection where he's starting to focus on stuff that he really thinks is going to rocket in value. And I've got a video on that coming up soon as well, because Lloyd and I have been on with trying to buy some cars together, and a lot of them are taking a run already, and I think we're missing the boat. Is that an ashtray? Oh, it's just classy, isn't it? Even the lighter, look at that. Oop, don't want that on. Might not pop out. Might have a fire. Let's do a quick check on it, shall we? So even though I'm just brokering this and I'm not buying it with my own money, you want to make sure that it is actually okay. So Alex, score out of 999, do you want to have a guess? FWE 202H. I'm going to go, I think that's not a bad score actually. I'm going to go higher, I'm going to go 703. Okay, so it's 772, so it is coming up as a Chevrolet Chevelle, which is what it is. It's blue, it's a 1970. Now it's shown on here as a 7.4 litre, which is what the original block would have been, but it has now been put with this more reliable block, which is the 8.2, 500 something. Anyway, it's a cool thing, isn't it? I would run a full history check on this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Jordan to pay for that, because it's his risk, not mine. But on the face of it, a nice car. It's only a 2 UK owner car because Lloyd bought it off the guy that imported it in. I think you're all wondering, who would be stupid enough to stock this? And if you're familiar with the channel, you'll know who will be stupid enough to stock this. And we're going to go and check his showroom out now and see what he thinks on it, see if we can get a deal done. And maybe do a burnout. Ciao, eh? Okay. Oh, seatbelt, which is questionable, I think, at best. So you got a lap belt in this. And I did notice earlier, there's this. I don't quite know where that's meant to plug in. Well, I should have 3 in the front. Let's not focus too much on the details and let's just try and get this to the man who's going to sell it, or buy it and then sell it. Please. Eight litres of pure sexualness. What Alex is going to do now is just film it revving. Everybody's expecting a big burnout and I really want to do one, but I've got to bear in mind, this is not my motor. So we do a little burnout. The thing I found difficult with this driving it over here is because it's got so much torque. This is 500 horsepower, 580 pound-foot of torque, which is like a million Newton meters. I don't know what it works out to, but because it don't feel like there's a lot just on the clutch, so you've got to give it a bit to get it going, but then all the torque kicks in. 8 litres. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think we're, is that first gear? That's first gear. I'm just mindful of how bloody wide this thing is. It just wants to go. I think it needs a good, what they call Italian tune, because it feels like there's nothing and then absolutely everything. Yeah. I feel like I need a gun and some saturated fat. It does feel very vague, does the steering, I think, to say the least. So you're on these big fat tyres, so it's incredibly comfortable, it has to be said, but not a lot in the way of steering input. I'd like to say that this probably doesn't turn in very well on a track. However, it's not about that, is it? It's about drive-throughs and milkshake and all the finer things. You do feel a bit Yankee Doodle in this. Yeah! That you can see why you get into these things. Anyway, the man I'm taking this to, this is his bread and butter. Be interesting to see what he thinks it's worth. I've got a sneaky feeling what I think it's worth, because I've looked online and there's not a lot to go on, but then you look at historical values, etc. So yeah, absolutely a bit of this, man. It's just, so that's neutral, so that is first. You've got to ride the clutch, and I just don't like doing it. I'm way too sympathetic with cars. I don't know whether or not I can fit through there. It literally, that second gear thing's taking some getting used to. I think it just needs a good, and not that I'm a brave enough man to do it, but this car needs a good kick in, or just needs to get everything up to temperature and just properly, like when they say an Italian tune, it basically means you just go out and kick its head in. I really want to do a burnout. I just don't think I've got the balls to do it in someone else's motor. If it was my car, yes, not a problem, because if it decides to implode the gearbox and the drive shafts, that's fine, but it's Lloyd's and he is a good mate, and the guy I'm taking it to is a mate as well and someone that I trust, so I don't want that man in the middle taking the mick, do I? When Lloyd called me about this, he said, oh Rob, I've got a 1970 Chevelle SS for you to place. And I went, what's that? Absolutely no idea. I'd heard of them, but it's only when you start properly looking into them you realise just how special these things are. Oh God, right, now we're pulling onto a bit of a bypassy type road, so if you don't know the area that I'm in, you won't know where I'm going, but if you do know where I am, you'll know exactly where I'm heading now, which is to go and see a mate at Ace American Autos, and he's got some pretty cool stuff in. Now, it's quite particular, so I'm no doubt going to have to reverse this in, which I don't want to do. Oh God. Oh, it's going to drop us in the right lane. We want to be second to last lane here. It's an awful roundabout. Like mixing soup. Everybody's having a bit of that. Yeah, everybody's having a bit. You do feel like a bit of a it has to be said. But I don't mind that. It's very me. Yeah? Don't stall it in front of the boys. I didn't stall it. I'm cool. The guys in the van think I'm cool. I've accomplished something in life. I did a bit of a wheel spin on the roundabout. It don't steer, mate. I'll be wearing a Corsa. Hey, Litre. Oh, I got called a w***er. I've got mixed emotions at the moment because they both had points. It is low on fuel, but when you go around the corner, the fuel gauge does go up, so it's self-healing. Yeah, you've got to really get on that clutch. I'm revving an American car outside Ace like they're going to be impressed. Right, now Jordan is quite particular about where he likes his stock, so I'm going to try and turn it around and reverse it in. Oh. This would be fun, wouldn't it? It's so large. It is so large. I'm doing all right. I don't know if I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. He's fussy, so we're going backwards. It's me, Jordan. Hello.
Hello again.
Good to see you.
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Ta-da!
Look at this one.
Bit different.
Very special.
You are the man for this car, mate.
Well, we like to think so, don't we?
Yeah, yes. I don't think there's anyone else daft enough to certainly stock all of them and sell them. What do you think?
Very nice, very nice. Very clean as well.
Yes.
Not something you see regular in the UK, so it's a nice, clean example. It's nice to see a clean example as well. Some of them are drop boxes.
Right, okay.
They need a lot of work and they do need a lot of attention, but this one obviously has had some attention and money spent on it in the past.
Yeah.
So it looks really well.
Thank you.
Nice.
Like it's my car.
Yeah, well done, Rob. You picked a good one.
So much time has gone at this. But bits that you need to know. So it's obviously already imported because it's gone through all its stuff. It is the proper one. So it is a proper SS.
Yes.
It has had an engine swap on it.
It has, yes.
Yeah. So this is a 500 or whatever.
Yes.
Get my messages out. Hang on a minute. So it is a Z25, which means it's a proper super sport.
Yes.
And it is a 502 cubic inch engine, 8.2.
Is that all?
Yeah, I know, sorry mate.
Oh,
basically a Tesla.
No.
yeah, exactly. And Fathom Blue, which is the right colour. There you go, mate, over to you.
With paint on stripes.
Yes.
Not vinyl stick on stripes.
Proper
stuff. Seen on some other stuff, so first bits that you notice with it. And the chrome as well. The chrome on these normally is pitted quite badly.
Right, okay.
And obviously I know there's a little, it's not pitting on there that you can see at the moment, it is actually rain.
Okay,
so you've just driven it in the
British
weather. But,
which is interesting.
So yeah, they're normally quite pitted. The chrome looks really well on this one.
Okay.
And painted on stripes rather than vinyl stripes, which is nice to see. Someone's actually put the time and effort in when it was, restored or done to this condition.
Okay.
They've done it properly. They've not just stuck some vinyl on there, just last minute.
Yeah, slap it on and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you think there's a market for this?
I hope so. It's here now.
Yeah, exactly. That's over to you, mate.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. So, yeah, I think so. I think this one will sell really well. Once we get it cleaned and advertised and do our bit with it, we'll spend 2 or 3 days now machine polishing it, making it look even better than it already does.
I have broken it.
Have you?
Yeah, honesty.
Okay.
Bit of honesty. It was...
So we've got some repairs to do as well now?
Yeah,
just
sorry
to clean.
about that.
Okay.
Well, I did an accidental burnout as well, but it was only a little one, to be fair. This infuriating washer. God, that's infuriating.
Oh, yes.
So I won't do it again because it took me ages to get it back.
Oh.
But it's not snapped or whatever.
That should just push back on.
I just... Anyway.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Shall we fix that later on then?
Yeah, it's got all the bits with it.
We'll keep that somewhere safe.
Other than that, what did you do with it? You just chuck it?
Somewhere safe for later.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Here with
We'll make sure that goes on.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's not something you see, like safe. And these kind of cars, they're iconic from the era.
Yeah.
1970 and the late 60s, when they started to bring all these muscle cars. They're really popular.
It's the sweet spot.
It is, yeah.
So what's that?
So that's another SS.
Right.
That we've actually got here on sale or return for a customer.
Right, okay, cool.
This is a Chevrolet Camaro. We've got Chevrolet Chevelle.
Right.
So very similar eras. Well, they are similar years. And this is an SS model as well.
I think that's a lovely colour. Locked, rightly
Locked,
so.
you see, yeah, just come in.
If you're happy to do the deal on the
Yes.
that SS,
Yes.
I'm happy with it. Lloyd's happy with numbers and stuff. So as long as you're cool with it, I shall leave the car with you, and it's just...
That's it.
It's yours, mate. Have you heard of AA cars?
We have.
Have you thought about using them?
We have. Yes.
Have you?
Yes. Might be something you could tell me more about.
I can tell you all about it.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I was just thinking, nice bit of AA cars in America, Britain and America going together.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can make it work, we can try that, can't we?
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Mind you, you get a lot. Where do you get your car parts from?
All over. All over the UK and all over the States, really.
Do you use Euro?
Sometimes. Yes.
I'm going to sort you out with AA cars, mate. That's a story for another day, is that one. But
Okay.
yeah, cool. Okay, mate. Well, thank you.
No problem.
Another job done.
Another one done. There we go.
I'll see you next
Take
time,
care,
mate. Yeah,
Thank you very
cheers.
much.
Thanks.